अनेकधा अनुग्रहाय प्रक्षीणक्लेशराशिः विषम विषधरः अनेकवक्त्रसुभोगी सर्वज्ञानप्रसूतिः भुजगपरिकरः प्रीतये यस्य नित्यम् देवो ह्येषः स वो व्यात् सित विमलतनो योगदो योगयुक्तः योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिना नतोऽस्मि। आबाहुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रासिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं। श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। पातञ्जलमहाभाष्य चरकप्रतिसंस्कृतैः मनोवाक्कायदोषाणां हर्त्रे अहिपतये नमः। भाष्यकृत्सूत्रकृच्चापि निर्मलन्तं स्वरूपिणं ध्यातारं श्रीपतेर्नित्यं पतञ्जलिं नमाम्यहम्। स्वाध्यायात् इष्टदेवता संप्रयोगः समाधिसिद्धिः ईश्वरप्रणिधानात्। Namaste friends, and welcome back to our discussion on the second chapter of the Yoga Sutras.
大家好，朋友们，欢迎来到讨论第二章第44节、第45节。
Last week we covered the sutras on Santosha and Tapas, the two of the niyamas.
上一周我们讲述了Santosha以及 Tapas 两种的 niyama。
And today we will discuss the last two of the niyamas, Svadhyaya and Isvara Pranidhana.
那么我们今天要讲解的是另外的两种 niyama， 一个是 Svadhyaya， 还有一个是 Isvara Pranidhana。
In this section, Patanjali is presenting to us what are the consequences, the benefits of practicing the niyamas.
那么在这一部分，帕坦加利将会给我们讲解去练习尼亚玛有什么样的好处和益处。
Svadhyayat Ishta Devata Samprayoga. He now talks about what is the long-term benefit of practicing Svadhyaya.
那么他现在在44节经文讲的是什么是练习 Svadhyaya 能够获得的长期的益处。
Svadhyayat means through the long-term practice of Svadhyaya.
那么 Svadhyaya 它的意思就是通过长期的练习 Svadhyaya。
Svadhyaya is defined by Vyasa in a very unique way.
那么 Vyasa 给 Svadhyaya 有一个很特殊的定义。
Svadhyaya Swashaka Adhyayanam Pranavadi Mantra Japova. Svadhyaya is the recitation of the chants that belong to your tradition.
那么 Svadhyaya 就是去重复的唱诵属于你的传统的经文。
That is what is called as Swashaka Adhyayanam, the chanting of that part of the tradition that we belong to.
就是说你要去重复唱诵属于你传统的经文。
For example, my family, we belong to what is called Yajurshaka, which means we have to recite the Yajurveda as our Svadhyaya.
那么比如说他的家族是属于 Yajurshaka， 所以他们要去唱诵 Yajurveda 的内容。
That's why most of our teaching and our philosophy is following the Yajurveda philosophy.
所以大多数他们的教义和他们的哲学都是遵从雅智维达这个宗旨的。
Other families will practice Rigveda or Samaveda, etc.
那么像其他的传统有可能会去唱诵 Samaveda 类似的。
And that's the beauty of the Vedas. We have different parts that different families follow.
那么这就是美国维达它的精妙之处，有不同的分支，那么不同的家族、不同的传统会遵循不同的分支。
I think part of the reason for this was the ancient people were very wise. They knew that one teaching will not appeal for everybody because each of us, we are very different inside.
那么古人是非常明智、非常智慧的，因为他们知道一种教义是不能满足所有人的，每个人都是独特的。
So that's why they allowed for us to choose from different sections of the Vedas that would appeal to our family lineage.
所以他们允许我们去选择维达吠陀的不同的分支，去应用到自己的传统、自己的家族身上。
This is because our prakriti is different, our dharma, our swadharma is different. So we need to follow that which is suitable for our prakriti and our swadharma.
因为我们的 prakriti 以及我们的 swadharma 都是不同的，所以我们要去选择适合自己的，去适应我们的 prakriti 和 swadharma。
So similarly, Vyasa also defines Svadhyaya as Pranavadi Mantra Japova, means recitation of mantras such as the Pranava Mantra.
所以维亚萨他也给出了相应的定义，就是去唱诵 mantra， 唱诵曼陀罗，比如说去唱诵 Om Pranava Mantra。
And again, the subtle meaning behind that is to recite those Vedic mantras that are initiated to us by our teachers, by our ancestors.
那么更深层、更精微的含义就是去唱诵那些你的老师或者是你的祖先教给你的曼陀罗 mantra。
And this is very important because all this is part of our self-exploration and self-discovery.
这是非常重要的，因为这都属于我们自我探索的一部分。
Svadhyaya means the process of self-discovery, the process of finding out who we are.
那么 Svadhyaya 它的意思就是那个自我探索的过程，去寻找我们到底是谁。
In the Vedic tradition, we are not just born for a random reason, we are born for a particular reason.
那么在美国的传统里，我们不是随机的出生的，我们的出生都有一个特殊的意义。
Our previous karma that we have done in perhaps our past lives, or that our ancestors have done, is giving us this opportunity to live this life in this body, in this form.
那么我们的祖先做的一些 karma， 或者是我们在前世做的一些 karma， 都给了我们这个特殊的机会，让我们来活这一世。
So if we are born, it is a meaning that we are given an opportunity to fulfill that dharma and seek liberation.
所以我们的出生就是要去实现那个 karma， 并且去寻求解脱。
This is very important in Vedic tradition that we can only find liberation through fulfilling of our dharma.
所以这在美国的传统里是非常重要的。我们只有通过实现我们的使命，才能够达到解脱。
When you look at a plant that is yielding some flowers or fruits, only when it's fully blossomed into a flower or a fruit that the fruit or the flower drops and gets liberated.
如果我们看一株植物，它要长出一朵花，或者说结出果实，只有当果实成熟，当花开了之后，那么它才会掉落，才能得到它的解脱和自由。
And that is the purpose of Svadhyaya. It's not to just discover who you are, oh, I am so and so, I'm Indian, I'm a teacher. That is not just in a superficial level. Svadhyaya is the discovery of our dharma and what we are supposed to do with our life with that dharma.
那么这就是 Svadhyaya 的目的，它并不是很肤浅的去探索你是谁，比如说你是一个印度人，并不是，而是去深层的找到你的使命，你真的是谁。
And in Vedic tradition, dharma is sometimes transcending many generations.
那么在美国的传统中，有的时候使命是超越很多世代的。
What your ancestors may have begun is continued by you, and it will be continued by future generations.
那有的时候你祖先就开启的使命，有可能会传递到你身上，那么有可能会传送到你的后代身上。
So in that way, we have to stay true to our dharma, and that is what is Svadhyaya, to discover our dharma and stay true to our dharma.
所以去探索什么是我们的使命，并且对我们的使命保持真实的状态，这就是 Svadhyaya。
And that is why the concept of studying the texts that belong to our tradition is very important, because our ancestors have followed this path in the past, and these texts are offering us guidance on how to continue in the ancestors' footsteps to fulfill our dharma.
所以说，学习属于我们传承的经典就非常的重要，因为这些经典典籍就是我们的祖先在学习的。那么我们通过学习这些典籍，就可以跟随着我们祖先的脚步继续去传承。
The same with mantras. We will be initiated into mantras by our teacher, by our Ācārya, and given ways to practice this, so that those mantras that we are practicing supports us in our fulfillment of our dharma.
那么同样的，曼陀罗 mantra 也是这样的作用。我们的老师、我们的上师给予我们、教授我们 mantra， 我们来练习。同样的，这样的 mantra 练习就可以支持我们去实现我们的使命。
For example, if you take my own tradition, my father, my teacher initiated me into mantra for Lord Hayagriva.
拿他的传承来举例，他的老师给了他Hayagriva 的 mantra。
It is the same mantra that he was initiated to by his teacher.
那么他也被他的老师教授了同样的 mantra。
And it is the same mantra that his teacher was initiated by his teacher.
那么他的老师的老师也同样被授予了同样的 mantra。
And this tradition continues for a very long time.
所以这个传承就能持续如此长久的时间。
Now, there's symbolism behind this.
那有一个象征的含义隐藏在这背后。
Because the dharma that our tradition has is to carry a teaching tradition into the future.
那么我们这个传承的使命就是
And when you carry a teaching tradition into the future through generations, it's not going to be easy.
那么，你通过一代一代的人将这样的教义传导下去，不会是一件容易的事情。
Especially when you are teaching about a teaching of light, a teaching of truth, the dark forces will fight you in various ways.
那么，特别是当你在教授光明、教授真理的时候，那些黑暗的能量会出来挑衅，会出来战斗。
I face this in my life. The more I teach, the more strongly I'm established in my teaching, the more people are attacking to dissuade me from teaching.
那么我自己也会面对这样的事实，我越是教授，我越是基于我的传统去教授，就会有越多的人来攻击我这样的教义和教学。
And this is not just me who has faced this. My father faced the same, my grandfather faced the same, my ancestors faced the same.
那不只是他面对着这样的困境，他的父亲、他的祖父、他的祖先都有面临这样的问题。
And that's why it's so fascinating that we are initiated into this mantra on Hayagriva.
所以我们被教授 Hayagriva 这个 mantra 是非常绝妙的。
Because Lord Hayagriva is an incarnation of Vishnu who is fighting demons called Madhu and Kaitava.
那么 Hayagriva 他是 Vishnu 的一个化身，他去对抗那两个恶魔。
In order to re-establish Brahma Vidya that was captured by these two demons.
那么为了去重建 Brahma Vidya， 他被这两个恶魔给抓住了，就是为什么的化身。
So the metaphor of the story is that these teachings of light sometimes get kidnapped by dark forces.
那么这背后的隐藏的含义就是关于真理的教义，有的时候会被黑暗能量所绑架。
And we need light to come back in a strong way to destroy these dark forces so that the teachings are re-established.
那么我们需要光明非常强有力的回击，让我们能够重建光明的教义。
My ancestors were very wise. They saw all this, and that is why they initiated us into the mantra of Hayagriva, so that this would support us in our dharma.
那么我们的祖先是非常英明的，所以他授予了我们 Hayagriva 的 mantra， 让我们能够实现我们的使命。
Of course, another person who belongs to another dharma will have a different mantra initiated by his or her ancestors.
那么同样的，其他使命的人也会被授予相应的 mantra。
So that's why we all have in Vedic tradition the concept called Ishtadevata, which is the deity that is of our family's liking or choice.
所以在吠陀的传统里，我们都有这个 Ishtadevata， 它的意思就是你会选择一个家族，会选择一个相信的神。
In Sanskrita we call it Ishtadevata, in Tamil we call it Kunadevam.
那么汉译尔语就是老师刚刚说的另外一种说法。
So this deity is the deity that is belonging to our family, so that our dharma and our Svadhyaya is supported.
那么，所以我们选择相信的这个神，我们家族选择相信的这个神，就会支持我们完成使命，完成 Svadhyaya。
And that's what Patanjali is saying. The more we are establishing ourselves in our Svadhyaya, the more we will be in connection with the Ishtadevata of our family, of our lineage.
所以他谈下去说，我们越是能够深深地扎根于我们自己的 Svadhyaya， 我们就是越能够连接到我们家族所相信的这个神，也就是经文中的 Ishtadevata。
So much so that we will have a vision of that deity often.
所以我们可能会经常可以看到这个神的画面，我们会有这种视化。
That's the meaning of the parts. Ishtadevata samprayoga. We will have a realization of the deity of our family, of our choice.
所以经文的后半句，它的含义就是，我们将会意识到我们所选择相信的这个神，我们会连接到它。
This is very, very fascinating because the word is Ishtadevata.
那么这非常非常的精妙，因为这个词是 Ishta-devata，
It's not the God you like.
这不是你喜欢的那个神，
It's the God that you desire, who supports you in your dharma.
而这个神是那个支持着你在背后支持你实现使命的那个神。
For fulfilling of different dharmas, we need different strengths.
那么为了实现不同的使命，我们需要不同的力量。
We are teachers in this tradition, and we have what is called the Brahmana dharma, a dharma that is to teach, and that is why our Ishtadevata is different from the Ishtadevata of someone else who has another dharma.
那么在我们的传统里，我们是老师，所以我们有 Brahmana 这个去教授的使命。那么其他人相信其他的传承，他们有其他的使命。
It doesn't mean that one God is better than the other, or one dharma is better than the other.
那这不意味着一个神就比另一个好，或者是一种使命就比另外一种好。
It is just realistic that each of us, we are built for different capacities, and that is what we need to follow, and that is why we need the different deities with different strengths to support us in our dharma.
所以我们事实就是我们每个人都有不同的能力，所以我们也需要不同的力量来实现我们不同的使命，在神的支持下。
What a warrior requires is different from what a teacher requires.
那么一个战士所需要具备的跟一个老师所需要具备的是不同的。
What a teacher requires is very different from what a business person requires.
那么一个老师需要具备的和一个商人所要具备的特质是不同的。
So that is why the Svadhyaya is so important, because we need to discover what is our dharma and live that dharma, because we cannot do someone else's dharma.
所以 Svadhyaya 就是非常重要的，因为我们要去寻找什么是我们的使命，并且去实现它。我们不可以去实现他人的使命。
And that's why when we are doing the mantras that are initiated to us, we are reciting the chants that are part of our tradition, those will remind us of our dharma and give us strength to fulfill that dharma.
所以我们在唱诵属于我们传承的这些曼陀罗，会帮助我们提醒我们的使命，并且帮助我们完成它。
And when we are fulfilling that dharma and we become more and more established in that, the more and more we are close to the Ishtadevata, because the Ishtadevata is in some way the representation of our dharma and the inspiration and support to fulfill this dharma.
所以，当我们能够一步一步地实现我们的 dharma， 那么我们就可以跟这个 Ishtadevata 更靠近，因为它其实是我们使命的一个象征，它也能够一直激励我们、激发我们去寻找和实现这个使命。
As I told you earlier, our dharma in our lineage is that we are teachers, and teachers are teaching knowledge. That is why Hayagriva is our deity, because Hayagriva is the deity of knowledge and education.
所以在我们的传统里，作为一个老师，我们需要去教授知识，所以我们信奉的是 Hayagriva， 因为 Hayagriva 它就是知识的象征。
So this is the simple summary of the sutra, Svadhyayat Ishtadevata Samprayoga. That means the more we are establishing ourselves in our Svadhyaya, we will discover our dharma and gain strength to fulfill that dharma. The closer we will go to our Ishtadevata.
所以这就是第二章第44节经文的简要的含义。他说的是，我们越是能够扎根在我们自己的 Svadhyaya 中，就越是能寻找到我们的使命，并且实现我们的使命，并且跟 Ishtadevata 有更深的连接。
Samadhi siddhi Ishvara Pranidhanat. Ishvara Pranidhanat Samadhi siddhi. The next niyama is Ishvara Pranidhana.
那么45节经文下一个尼亚玛的内容是 Isvara Pranidhana。
In this context of the niyamas, Ishvara Pranidhana is defined in a very interesting way by Vyasa, the first commentator on the sutras.
那么在尼亚玛这个背景下 ，Ishvara Pranidhana 被Vyasa 也是瑜伽经的一个非常重要的评述人，他给了 Isvara Pranidhana 一个非常有趣的定义。
Isvara Pranidhana Sarva Kriyanam Paramagurau Arpanam Tat Phalam Sannyaso Va. Isvara Pranidhana is the process of offering all our actions to the highest teacher.
那么 Isvara Pranidhana 它就是一个过程，在这个过程中，我们奉献我们的所有的行为去给更高的意识。
Not only that, Tat Phala Sannyaso Va, also detaching ourselves from all the consequences of such actions.
那么不仅如此，同时要将我们抽离，不执着于所有行为的业果。
It means whatever we do, whether it is through our body, through our words, through our thoughts, we do it as if it is an offering to the highest teacher.
这就意味着，无论我们做什么，无论是身体还是语言还是思想，都像是我们要将所有的一切献给更高的意识，也就是神。
The highest teacher is Ishvara.
那么最高级别的老师就是 Ishvara。
Patanjali defines that in the first chapter. Sa purveshapi guru kalena aravacheda. Ishvara is the first and the foremost teacher.
那么帕坦加利在第一章对 Ishvara 有了定义 ，Ishvara 就是最早的、恒长的、永恒的老师。
So whatever actions we are doing, do it with the spirit that it is an offering to that teacher, that Ishvara.
所以帕坦加利说，我们所有的行为都要将它献给 Ishvara。
That means don't do it for you, for your ego.
这就意味着不要为你自己而做，不要为你的小我而做。
Don't do it for somebody else, somebody else's ego.
也不要为他人而做，他人的小我而做。
Do it as if it is an offering of prayer to the highest teacher.
你的行为就像是一种祈祷、一种奉献一样，把它献给高层的老师。
We have a very beautiful verse from the Bhagavata that describes this.
我们有一个很美的经文，从塔格瓦塔来。
Kayena vacha manasendriyeva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayana iti samarpayami. Whatever I am doing through my body, through my words, through my thoughts, through my senses, through my nature, let it be at the service of the divine.
那么刚才这个经文的含义就是，无论我做什么，无论是身体上的、语言上的、思想上的，还是感官上的，还是本性上的，都让它来服务更高的意识，服务于神。
Now, imagine if you are doing that. That means every action you do it to serve the divine.
那么去想象一下，你如果这样做，每一个行为你都去服务神性的意识。
So imagine if you are eating food, you are not eating it for yourself, you are eating it to serve the divine in your heart.
那么就像你在吃东西的时候，你不是为你自己而吃，而是为了你心中的神性在进食。
You are offering some food to others. It's not to offer food to another person, but it is to offer food to the divine in that person.
那么你在给别人提供一些食物，你不是在给那个人提供食物，而是为那个人心中的神性提供食物。
If you are petting a dog, it's not that you are petting the dog, but you are honoring the divine in that dog.
那么如果你在抚摸一只小狗，你其实不是在抚摸它，而是在向那个小狗内心的神性致敬。
It's not just one action, all actions.
那不只有一个行为，你所有的行为。
Now, imagine if you start doing that, what it will bring to your heart is that a recognition of the divine in everyone, in everything.
那么想象一下，如果你开始这样做的话，那么能带到你内心的觉悟就是，你会发现所有人的身上都有神性，所有一切的身上都有神性。
Which means you see the divine in everybody, in everything.
这就意味着你在所有人、所有事物上都能看到神性。
And that creates a phenomenal concept, which is you start to see the connection we all have in this world.
那么这样做就会产生一种现象，就是你可以看到我们跟世界上所有一切的连接。
So you're not disconnected, you are connected. And that is the most important thing in yoga. Yoga is connection.
那这个时候你就不再是失联的了，你是连接着的。那在瑜伽中这是最重要的，瑜伽就是连接。
And especially if you're also letting go of the consequences of such action, because results are not always in our hand.
那么同样的，你还要不执着于所有行为的结果，因为所有的结果都不在我们的掌控之中。
Because if you are acting based on an expectation of a consequence, you still want to be in control, your ego is still dominant.
那么如果你对结果还带着期待，那么其实你的小我还是在主导的，还是想要控制。
Whereas if you are letting go of the consequence, saying, okay, this is not in my hands, you are letting go this ego that you are not in control, you are accepting that somebody else is in control, not you.
那么如果你去放手这种结果的话，其实你就是放手释放了你的小我，你就接受了有更高的力量在控制你，而不是你在控制你。
And these are two important things that are obstacles for samadhi.
那么这是两个障碍，对于我们实现 samadhi 的状态。
One is ego, because ego is divisive.
那么一个就是小我。
Ego says either you are on my team or you are on another person's team.
那么小我就会对你进行评判，对其他人进行评判。
Whereas if you remove the ego, there is no team, there is all one.
那么当你把小我去除的话，你就没有他人，所有人都是合一的。
And the second thing is the concept of connection. The moment you start seeing connection in everything, that is samadhi.
那么第二点就是连接，当你看到连接的那一刻，这就是 samadhi 的状态。
Samadhi is a state of connection, not disconnection.
那么 samadhi 是一种连接的状态，而不是失联的状态。
So that's why Patanjali is saying the longer we are established in Isvara Pranidhana, the more easy samadhi is achieved.
那么帕坦加利就说，我们能越长时间的保持 Isvara Pranidhana，我们就能够达到三摩地的状态。
And this is so important because the hidden meaning behind this is if you do not have Isvara Pranidhana, you are not going to achieve success of samadhi.
那么最重要的一点，背后隐藏的含义就是，如果你没有 Isvara Pranidhana 的态度，那么你就不会达到 samadhi。
This is so important. That's why modern yoga is failing.
这是非常重要的，这是为什么我们现代的瑜伽正在衰落。
Modern yogis, they practice yoga in an egoistic way.
现在的瑜伽师们都是以一种小我的状态在练习瑜伽。
And very often they want to remove Ishvara from the picture because they say, I am not a believer.
他们想要把 Ishvara 从他们画像神的画像中移去，因为他说我不是这种信徒。
And in the modern times, thanks to the influence of the false Western education propaganda, we get this idea that we can do whatever we want, we are in control, nobody else is in control of our life. This is not right. It's not true.
在西方的这种宣传和影响之下，我们认为我们无所不能，我们可以控制一切的事情，没有人能控制我们、主导我们，这是不对的，这不是事实。
So we live in that illusion. We are further and further away from samadhi.
所以我们就活在这样的幻象中，我们离 samadhi 的状态越来越远。
That's why Patanjali presents this strong view here. Samadhi siddhi Ishvara Pranidhanat. Only through Ishvara Pranidhana you have the success of samadhi. Otherwise, don't waste your time. If you remove Ishvara, there is no need for you to practice the Ashtanga Yoga.
所以帕坦加利在这里提出了很强烈的观点：只有你具备了 Ishvara Pranidhana， 你才能够达到三摩地。如果你没有 Ishvara Pranidhana 的话，就不要浪费时间了，你是不可能达到三摩地。
How you relate with Ishvara, how you define Ishvara, may be your choice. But that you have to have this concept of Isvara Pranidhana, that's not a choice.
那么你如何去跟 Ishvara 连接，如何去定义 Ishvara， 你是有选择的。但是你必须要具备 Ishvara Pranidhana 的态度，这是没有选择的。
We must have the humility to put our ego aside and accept that there is some other divine force, call it nature, call it divine, call it God, that something else is beyond us, which is controlling our life, not us.
那么我们必须要具备这种谦卑的态度，我们必须要离开我们的小我，去接受有更高的意识，比如自然，比如神性，比如神，他们在掌控着我们，而不是我们自己在掌控着我们。
And that's why this concept of Isvara Pranidhana is so fascinating that we offer every action as a prayer to the divine, because even though we want to act, we want to do something, we are not always in control of that thing.
所以，Ishvara Pranidhana 是非常重要的。我们每一个行为都是在向神性做一种祈祷，都奉献给神。即使是我们想要一种结果，也不是在我们掌控之中。
There's always factors that are beyond our control. Some are unexpected and some are expected.
那么，在我们总是有一些因素是不能掌控的，有一些是知道的，有一些是未知的。
So that's why this concept of Isvara Pranidhana is a very important niyama for us, that we take on that attitude of every action we do, whether it is through words, whether it is through our body, whether it is through our thoughts and intentions, that we act as if it is an offering to Ishvara, to something higher.
所以 Ishvara Pranidhana 是非常重要的一个niyama。我们做什么事情都要具备这样的态度，无论这个行为是我们的身体、我们的语言，或者是我们的思想，我们都要把它作为向神的一种奉献。
Imagine then you will convert even a normal action into an extraordinary action.
那么，如果你能这样做的话，那么一个很简单、平常的行为，它都变得不平凡，都具有神性了。
And the more you are established in that, the more each of your actions will become extraordinary, and that's why you will also be closer to samadhi, because the more you are acting with this attitude, the more the negative karma will get burned.
所以你越是能够建立根基在这样的行为上，你就越是能转化更多的行为，让它变得不平凡。这样一来，你就越是能接近samadhi的状态，那些负面的业就会减少。
This is a very, very important thing, because the more we act from ego, the more we accumulate karma. The less we act from ego, the more we burn our karma.
那么这一点很重要，我们越是更多的基于小我来行动，我们就越积累更多不好的业；而我们更多的基于 Ishvara Pranidhana 来行动，那么我们就能燃烧掉不好的业。
And that's why Patanjali is asking us to practice with this attitude, because remember, unless the toxins that we have accumulated from our karma is reduced, we are not going to have clarity or viveka.
所以帕坦加利教导我们要具备这样的态度，因为如果我们业力的毒素一直存在的话，我们就不可能拥有那样的清明，也不可能拥有解脱。
So that's why this sutra is very important. It summarizes that the longer we are establishing ourselves in Isvara Pranidhana, the closer and the easier we will have success of samadhi.
所以这节经文的总结就是，我们如果能够越长久的植根于 Ishvara Pranidhana， 那么我们就能越接近可以达到samadhi的状态。
Namaste.